It's the Daily Clone on a 2-0 Monday. We've got a lot coming your way. Tight end room domination, how Alex Manske has impressed as a freshman, and we hear from Tamin, Lipsey, and Milan Momcilovic at the Channel C tailgate. All of that after a word from a few of our sponsors.
We know that carrying your groceries out to your car seems a bit old school, but saying hello and asking about your day feels like a thing of the past. Being best at fresh, it's not just a fad. Serving high-quality meat at affordable prices? Talk about a throwback. But at Fareway, that's kind of our thing. Because some things never go out of style. Friendly at Fareway, it's more than just a name.
The Neil Diamond Musical, A Beautiful Noise, the uplifting true story, featuring all the songs you love from his Grammy Award-winning career. October 21st through 26th at Des Moines Civic Center. On sale at dmpa.org.
Hello and welcome into the Northwest Bank Studios for the Daily Clone here on a Monday presented by Fareway Meat and Grocery. The Cyhawk game is Saturday, and you know the spot to grab your burgers, your brats. If you're feeling fancy, some steak or pork chops, it's your local Fareway Meat and Grocery. Go and get all of your game day needs there. It is a 2-0 Monday, and I know that you're just waiting to see where the Cyclones are ranked in the new AP poll. You're going to have to wait until tomorrow because TCU and North Carolina still play tonight to wrap up week one. We'll have all of that on Tuesday. What I want to do is I want to talk about the domination of the tight end room. This is a group that we knew was going to be one of the best position groups on Iowa State's roster all season long, but Taylor Mauser has made a point to emphasize that even further, and he did that certainly on Saturday. When Rocco Becht was in the game, 13 of his 19 completions went to tight ends, including all 3 of his touchdowns. Ben Bramer, Gabe Burkle, Tyler Moore, Keaton Roska, Trip Walsh, and Cooper Alexander are all providing versatility in so many different ways.
I think the more guys that you can get into the game that can do a lot of things, right? Those guys can block. Our receivers can block. Those guys have the ability to create matchups in the passing game. I think when you have multiplicity, our tailbacks can catch the ball in the backfield. They can run the football. I think then it opens up the playbook at times to create matchups that you're trying to put in the best situation for you to be successful. Now you better have a quarterback that's got the ability to facilitate that football to the matchups. And I think that was what I was really proud of today from Rocco is, man, his efficiency was outstanding, getting the ball where the ball needed to go and getting into it in a really consistent fashion. That was awesome to see from him.
Like I said, the Mudita we have on this team is just incredible. Just the joy everybody else has if somebody else makes a big play. And Gabe had an incredible game today, and he's a great tight end. So it's awesome to see all the tight ends go rolling.
Yeah, I mean, it gives us a lot, especially when we go heavy and then we spread them out to receivers. It's hard to prepare for that, and I think Coach Mouse and the offensive staff does a good job of having the trust in those tight ends to go out there and play like a receiver. And you saw it today. They were moving. So I'm excited about those guys and what they're able to do for the rest of the season.
We learned on Saturday that Iowa State backup quarterback Connor Moberly has been injured for most of fall camp. He did return to practice last week, but the staff decided to give Alex Manske the keys as the backup on Saturday. The freshman from Algona got his first opportunity in D1 and had a pretty good day, completing 4 of his 5 passes for 28 yards, and he ran for a touchdown. Manske has made the most of his opportunities in practice.
From Alex's standpoint, boy, we've been so impressed with him. His maturity, he came in, he was able to come in this spring. Obviously, he wasn't able to compete this spring because he was coming off of injury. But his intelligence, his ability to really learn the offense, I think he got great reps through the summer. And I thought he came into fall camp really ahead of schedule than maybe where we thought he was going to be. But, I think it's also been big for him because with Connor down, he's gotten so many of the reps, especially through the second half of fall camp. I think it really helped accelerate his growth process because you're going against the one defense a lot, and I think it was really big for him.
Before the game on Saturday, one of our great sponsors, Channel Seed, put together a fantastic tailgate. The grills were sizzling and the beers were ice cold for the farmers that feed the world. Iowa State basketball players showed up and signed some autographs. Tamin, Lipsey and Milan Momcilovic, along with Nate Heisey, just love making the fans happy.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I know how these kids feel growing up a Cyclone fan, and just having the older guys, the players being my role models and like looking up to them. So I know that some of these kids have those same visions and things. So just doing what I can to give back and just be a normal person.
I think it's really cool just to see how many kids show up and how many people show up. I remember doing this last year. I mean, it was kind of like there was a lot of kids just all at once surrounding the table. So it's just really cool to see that there's so many kids, so many parents, so many grandparents that show up and just really support us and really all the Iowa State athletes.
Even though they do it for very different reasons, TJ Otzelberger's team and the Channel Seed Pros wake up super early every single day. They both can relate on that.
Really similar to Channel C in that kind of sense where we both get up early, we both do hard work, and it's a lot, but at the end of the day it pays off for both of us, and it's cool to see that.
This was also the first time that we've seen Tamin Lipsey after he got married to his longtime girlfriend and now wife, Samantha. Iowa State's now married point guard talks about the perfect day.
It was an amazing experience. It was pretty quick. Got engaged in April, married in August, but it went perfect, just like I imagined it would. So got to go on a quick honeymoon as well to Mexico, and just spending that time with my now wife, Samantha. Shout out to her. She supported me for so many years, and it's been awesome.
Cyhawk Week coverage is just getting started here at Cyclone Fanatic. We'll have the Daily Clone today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, building up to game day with all of the biggest storylines of the Cyhawk game. Williams and Bloom and Inside Zone both have episodes up right now on your Cyclone Fanatic podcast network. We'll have this second episode of The Beat Reporters coming out on Thursday. And of course, all of the great articles from the best in the state, Rob Gray, as well as our contributors, Randy Peterson, Andrew Harrington, Derek Duke, all of that on CycloneFanatic.com this week. We're the best spot. We don't mean to be biased, but we're the best spot to consume your Cyclone content leading up to game day. Thank you for tuning in to the Daily Clone here in the Northwest Bank Studios.